Hello everyone, today we're going to be walking through a demo video of the Slate online quoting tool in e-application. We have quoting tools for Medicare Supplement, Final Expense Life, Hospital Indemnity, and Dental. We then have the e-applications for Medicare Supplement. We'll start by running a Medicare Supplement quote. So underneath Medicare Supplement, we'll click Run Quote. We'll enter our zip code, age, gender, tobacco status, and plan type we'd like to run the quote for. We can sort by price, least expensive to most expensive, or AM Best rating, SP rating, or company name, meaning alphabetically. We can also select our effective date. So if we move this out to November 1st, we'll see any plans that go into effect between now and November 1st. Household discount, we can choose if that's applied or not applied. And then we can also add a client label. So maybe a person's first and last name, and then we can hit Get Quote. Since we sorted our results by least expensive to most expensive or by price, that's how we'll see our results listed here. So we can see on the left-hand side of our screen, we can expand or contract these quotes, apply discounts if there is one, so household discount. We can see the annual rate, we can see market analytics, we can choose whether select plans are included, but it shows the monthly premium at the top, our carrier name, again the household discount or policy fee if there is one, the parent company, AM Best rating, rate type, plan type, S&P rating, rating class, years in market, and effective date. You can see for age increases, this shows us right now what a person who's 66, 67, 68, and 69-year-old currently pays for this particular plan. So we can get an idea of how this monthly premium may increase as the person ages. It's based on current rate data. Increase history shows us the past increases or decreases that a plan has taken. And then market data shows us on a national and state level the number of lives that are covered, the premium amount, loss ratio, and market percentage. You can toggle back and forth between years to compare data over time. And then down here, if we scroll on the left-hand side, we can add in a health condition here for application health questions. So maybe we say heart attack. And we can see that it will populate in the look back period for this condition. So this tells us heart attack 1 year, that the look back period on the application is 1 year. It's going to ask if the person has had a heart attack in the past year. And it will vary from carrier to carrier. That was 1 year. This one again is 1 year. And then if we keep scrolling, we can see this one is 2 years. So it does vary carrier to carrier. If we'd like to do an export of this entire quote result list, I'm going to clear this out of here, put it back to monthly premium. If we'd like to do an export of this full list on the top, on the left-hand side of our screen here, we can click Export the Print button, the PDF, or the Excel version. So we have 3 different ways to export this quote result list. Or if we'd like to just do a side-by-side comparison of a few plans, we can click on up to 5 at a time, pardon me. I'm going to do 3 for the example. And they populate under Compare Quotes. When we click Compare Quotes, we'll see the side-by-side comparison of these 3 plans. Again, you can do up to 5 at once. I'm just going to do 3 for example. But then we have these 3 plans here for Jane Smith. Then we can do a PDF export or print export of just these 3 plans. Otherwise, we can click back to go back to our full result list. If we want to clear these out of here, we would just click these X's and it will remove them from our list. And if we ever forget for some reason, if we're looking at these market analytics and we ever think, I don't remember what these pieces of information mean, you can always scroll down the left-hand side and click About Quote, and then you have definitions of each of those market analytics. So age increases, increase history, covered lives, and then also the source of the information listed there. So it's a good little cheat sheet to have. I'm going to take us back to the dashboard. We'll go ahead and jump into the final expense quoting. So we'll click Run Quote under Final Expense. We'll enter in our zip code, age, gender, tobacco status. We can also select our face value, or we can enter in a monthly rate, and then it will be listed by monthly rate rather than by the face value. We can choose a product type, as well as an underwriting type. We can again add in the client label, and then once we've entered our information, we'll hit Get Quote. And we'll see since we entered monthly rate $30, all of these plans are going to be within $30. So it's a great option if you have a client that only has a certain budget they want to spend. It will only show plans under $30. Now, if we click Apply Fees, each of them will be listed as $30. If I remove the fee, it shows what it is without the fee. So we have our monthly premium, our carrier name, the face amount, and annual fee, the plan, AM Best rating, parent company, S&P rating, years in market, and underwriting. We can export by printing or doing a PDF download. We can also choose whether to see the monthly rate, quarterly rate, or semi-annual rate. Again, we have the application health questions where it shows us the look back period. And of course, we can do the compare quote by selecting up to 5 plans at once and then clicking compare quote at the top to seeing them side by side. We also have the quote options of viewing the plan details and then the carrier resources as well, going to the carrier's website to be able to log in and see any of the information on the carrier's portal online. I'll take us back to the dashboard here again. And we will jump right into the next quoting tool, which is hospital indemnity. So as you can see, once you have one of the quoting tools down, it's pretty easy to do any of the tools. They are very similar in the functionality. So we enter our zip code, age, gender, tobacco status. Again, we'll hit get quote here. And then again, monthly premium, the plan, household discount policy fee, all that information is listed here. We can again export it. We can do compare quotes. If we ever want to compare plans that are different products, so maybe not Medicare Supplement to Medicare Supplement, but maybe like a hospital indemnity plan to a dental plan, a different product, instead of clicking this full bar to turn it green, you click this little globe that says Universal Compare and it turns purple, and then it populates here under Universal Compare Quotes. And now if I go back to the dashboard and run, say, a dental quote, it's going to save that hospital indemnity quote that we had listed. So I'll run a dental quote by entering my zip code. I can also choose to filter by dental or vision and choosing my covered members. So we'll click Get Quote. Again, we'll see that hospital indemnity plan populated under Universal Compare, so we can compare 2 different product types side by side. So if I click Humana, Universal Compare, they're both populated now, and then when I click Universal Compare Quotes, they're going to be shown side by side. I'll take us back to the dashboard, and then we can walk through the Medicare Supplement quoting tool and how we will use that to start an e-application. So in order to start an e-application brand new, you'd start by running a Medicare Supplement quote as I previously showed you. So we'll enter our quote information, hit Get Quote, and then in our results, you'll notice that any of our plans that have the e-application capability will have an Apply Now button like this underneath the plan. So as we scroll through, we can see which plans you can do the e-app for. They have that Apply Now button. And then we just simply click Apply Now and it takes us right into the e-application. So this is how you'd start a brand new e-app. You start by running a quote. It's how you start the new e-application, and then here I am in the e-application. It's starting brand new, and I'm right into it, and it will submit directly to the carrier. I will show you now how to pull up any e-applications that you've already started or submitted. So one that you maybe started, did not finish. You go into e-applications and click View Active. So here you can see this one that I just started. It's unnamed, so I started an app. It's now saved here. So if I want to go back into either of these and edit it or continue the e-application, I click Edit, or I can always click the trash can to delete it out. So I'm going to click Edit and go back into this application that I've already started, and I've already filled out most of the information. So you can see that it shows the applicant information listed here. It shows that we ran the quote for the Plan G, what the rate is. I ran it for a female, age 65, non-tobacco. So we'll fill out this applicant information, all the information about the applicant. I'll hit Continue. Like I said, I filled out most of this application ahead of time. You can click Continue to move through the sections, or to jump to different sections, you can just click on each of the sections on the right-hand side to go a little bit faster and not go through each and every section. Medicare information will ask if we're applying during an open enrollment period. So if we are, it will catch that, so that we're, it's the underwriting type is open enrollment. So it does underwrite in real time. Everything adjusts in real time, so it would catch if I was in an open enrollment period. Previous or existing coverage information. Fill all this out here. We'll click Continue. Now as I go into the health information section, it will tell me if I answer yes to any of these following questions that the person's not eligible for coverage. So note if I select yes here, it updates in real time because it's all a real-time e-app. And I'm actually going to get a notification here at the top. And it says the applicant may not be issued coverage because we answered yes to at least one health question. So it does give us that warning up at the top. If I move it back to no, the notification will be removed. But again, if we were to select a yes, it's going to give us that warning. Same with the medication. So as we move into the medication section, if they're taking any drugs, that would be an automatic decline or would decline their status or their application. Then it will go ahead and it will let me know. So it's pretty foolproof as I move through. It's going to let me know if I enter anything that would potentially disqualify this person for coverage, or if I were to change it from a plan G to a plan N, any of those changes that would change the rate or disqualify the applicant for coverage, we're going to get a notification. This is the method of payment. So you actually look up your routing number, add in the bank information for the applicant. It can also, it allows you to choose what day the bank withdrawal will occur on. So I choose the 1st of the month here, but you could choose maybe you want the 15th of the month, any of the day of the month here, you can select that. We'll click continue. As you can see, of course, it was filled out a little bit ahead of time, but it's pretty quick to go through the e-application. We choose where the policy is delivered. We say we've accurately recorded the information. We can add in notes to underwriting, add in any documents that we may want to add, like a notice of termination, evidence of insurance. We just upload those files here, and then we'll go ahead and verify the application. Once the application is verified, we'll take a final look, make sure we filled out every section. So each of these sections say complete with a green check mark. You can also see on the right hand side there's green check marks. If there's a section not complete, it would have a yellow exclamation point or it would be blank. If we scroll through and we notice that we need to change any of the information or we mistyped something, we can click edit. It'll take us right back to that section. And then we can either print for a wet signature, or more commonly, since it's an EApp, we'll lock and e-sign. So we're going to go ahead and lock this. So that just means that we can't change any of the information without notifying the applicant any longer, since everything's already filled out. So I'll go ahead and accept these terms and conditions here. Click continue. And then it'll ask if they're in the same physical location. If we say yes, then she can just provide identifying information, so mother's maiden name, last four of the SOCH. Or if they're not in the same location, it will be an email signature. So this is the email signature I entered for Jane. Obviously, it's my email. What I would receive is a link and a verification code. All the applicant needs to do is open up the email, click the link, enter the verification code, and then it's signed. So I'm going to say we're in the same physical location, so I don't have to pull up that email. But again, it's just going to send them an email with a link and a verification code. They just need to click the link, enter the verification code, and that's as simple as that. We'll make sure to enter all of these important documents here, all of them, or open them, pardon me, before you can actually move on. And it opens them here in your browser. So you can go ahead and view each of these. They are loading here for me. And then once I've opened and read, I say that I've read and received and kept a copy of them. And then again, this would be the mother's maiden name of the applicant. So we'll say Smith, and then the last four of the SOCH. And then we acknowledge where we're signing, and then this is how the applicant would sign if we were in the same location. Otherwise, again, it's by email. The producer will go ahead and apply the signature, and then we'll sign the application. So now this application, since it's been submitted, we've signed it, it will still be in that EApp dashboard. We can see that it's been submitted along with any other applications that are in progress, where I showed you where I started this application from. We have one last opportunity to print any of these documents for future reference, and then I can just click View Applications, and we can go back to the dashboard so that we can see our e-applications that are submitted or in progress. So then we can see that this application that we just did, it says submitted, and it has a policy number there. So everything stays here either for 30 to 60 days, depending on the carrier. So all of your applications are nice and organized and in one place. Thank you so much for watching today's demo for the Slate quoting tool and e-applications. Have a great day.